Hey, what's up guys? Tolerant Madman back in Dungeon Defenders Awakened, showing you why you should be playing Series EVA. You clicked on this video because you've been wondering which hero you should play or defender you should play, and this video is what is going to convince you to start being a Series EVA main. Jumping right into the video, let's have you like and subscribe before we even get started so that you can come back for all this amazing content and so that you never miss a video when I upload one. The Series EVA. She has to be the most versatile out of every single defender. No other defender can boast having two weapons. Some can have two different fire modes or two different attack modes, but none can have two different weapons entirely. There's one swap weapon, there's another, swapping from poison damage to fire damage when you encounter a fire enemy, making her far more versatile in combat than any other enemy while always maintaining her distance. She also is the best of the ranged defenders. While others boast their ability to do a gigantic burst damage like the Huntress's Phoenix, or others boast the ability to both swing and hit enemies with their ranged attack, and then finally the Apprentice, who can do this cool staff thing, which is nowhere near as cool as EVA having literally two weapons, and the ability to shoot a gigantic proton beam, and the ability to create a decoy of herself that distracts enemies and blows up. She has another, as if Chromatic Games didn't think it was too much to give her two weapons, some of the most overpowered abilities in the game, and the ability to always maintain distance without having to have a melee attack. They also gave her the highest jump in the game. You can switch to any other defender. Let's use a Chandelier to compare. This Chandelier right here. This is how high the Apprentice makes it. This is how high EVA makes it. Even the Monk. Right there. EVA right there. Higher than any other defender, making it to where you can traverse the map with speed and elegance. She has two completely different weapons that you can have, so you can always spec to hurt the enemies the most, choosing between fire and poison, choosing between electric and fire, just raw physical damage. The options are endless, making you far more flexible than any of the other defenders, period. She also boasts the most versatile tower kit out of any hero as well, with the only person able to buff an actual tower. You have a strength aura that can reduce the damage of enemies and nullify their ability, their elemental attunement. That is the closest thing that we have to being able to completely overpower the enemies by boosting something else. That is debuffing them. This right here is the boosting. What this will do is it will add 13.92% bonus armor. This obviously varies with your point allocation. It adds bonus damage, bonus attack range, bonus range. It is amazing. Used in some of the highest levels of play, and she is the only defender that can do so. Also boasting the only thing that bounces projectiles back, the reflector fields, which can be used to protect weaker towers or just protect from the onslaught of arrows into your slice and dices. She has continuous DPS. I think one of the only ones of its kind besides the auras. This will chunk enemies faster than you could imagine. Leveled up to level 5, it is doing over 7,833 damage per second. Chunking even some of the most powerful bosses on your respective levels. Then, to jump into it, as if she didn't have too much of a powerful kit, she also has blocking fields. These will stop enemies from going through them. It will stop them dead in their tracks so that they're standing in a proton beam, getting smacked by a slice and dice, being shot by a devastating strike tower, standing in landmines or inferno mines. Speaking of traps, she has one. In case that wasn't enough for you, she has a trap. It does a lot of lightning damage. It's pretty crazy. So with these, this makes her already insane. She is my go-to attack hero just so that she's receiving the 33% buff to her tower's damage. Because the proton beams eat enemies. Eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On top of all of that, her right bumper ability. No one has a right bumper ability such as her, which will allow you to clutch even some of the most devastating circumstances. Say you're in a full team build. You got a squire, you got two apprentices, and you got you. And the enemies just smashed your squire's slice and dice. They're moving for the crystal. They're moving for that crystal right there. They break it, you just... and walk away. They start smacking it, your team is shredding them. Did they break this one? Okay. And again. Slowing them down every single time and it exploding in their face, dealing damage to them as well. This is the Series EVA's decoy ability, her right bumper ability. Not even taking too much energy to cast, you can't really see it here in the tavern. This will allow you to slow down enemies or even completely divert them off course. Say they're making way for a slice and dice that needs repaired. You just drop this down and back off, they turn away from the slice and dice and start attacking the decoy. No one else offers that. A squire would have to stand there with his shield up, completely wasting a defender so that they cannot be helping at that moment. As if it wasn't powerful enough, her left bumper ability. The name escapes me. Energy cannon. I always call it the proton beam. This thing is a monster. As you may notice, I'm using this weapon. The reason why, whenever you use the proton cannon, it will go off of just the attack stat. That is the only thing it will take into account. So if you have certain ones that are higher than others, then say this one, 109, 76. You want to use the 109 because it will make it much higher and it shoots through multiple enemies, such as this. If I were to switch weapons, less damage. So you always want to have in your kit a high damage, slow firing weapon, because usually that's the trade-off, to be able to do massive damage with your energy cannon, which I just call the proton beam. All of these combined make you the most versatile out of every single defender, not truly speccing into any particular category such as damage for the apprentice, real like kind of versatility with the huntress, support with the monk, and raw power with the squire. I don't know, the huntress might be something else. Once I make a video on her, I'll kind of decide what category she falls into more. But this is true versatility at its finest. The best, I would implore you to take this over Huntress. Series EVA over Huntress any day. Then an apprentice, a squire, and a monk. That's what I think is the best lineup. Huntress in this game underperforms. But make sure you like and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel, and put down in the comments the next one you want me to do.